Highlighting your track record of success in your CV or even your resume is very key to be able to capture the attention of every recruiter whenever they are considering to shortlist you for an interview. So today in this video, we are going to be looking at how best can an applicant be able to highlight their track record of success in the CV to capture the attention of every recruiter. I am joined by Paminas in this video, and he's going to help us highlight some of the areas how best you can be able to highlight your success record. My name is Mary Amondo, in charge of training and career advisory services. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Mary, as usual.
Great.
Yeah.
We are discussing about CVs, and one of the key areas that applicants struggle with or find a challenge on when it comes to preparing the CV is how to highlight the success of their track record.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the key sections to begin with in a CV that a candidate or an applicant can be able to highlight the success record, the track record of their success?
Yeah, thank you, Mary. So before we look at the key sections of the CV where you can be able to incorporate, it's important for a professional to understand that a CV is a marketing document. The work of the CV is to sell you. It's not any different from the way you go to a supermarket and let's say you want to buy a detergent, and I can tell you just based on the packaging that will be enough to attract your attention. And even maybe where the product is priced, that could also be a factor. Yeah. So if you're watching this and you've always thought the work of the CV is to get you the job, no, it's a two-part process. So the CV markets you, then you're able to get to the interview, and then you start another process all over again. Yeah. So having said that, there are four important CV sections that I would say you can incorporate your success stories or achievements. Number one is the career profile or career objective. So I've met people or I've reviewed CVs and the career objective, they're quite vague. So someone says, oh, I have over 7 years of experience, I'm hardworking, I'm motivated. That really doesn't add a lot of value. But if you say, for example, for you, you're in training. So you can say, oh, I have 5 years of experience in training. I'm able to do events. I'm able to come up with a course outline. I'm able even to train. So you see, you're getting specific. And simply having that in the career objective, it paints a picture. Someone is able to see that. For Mary, her expertise is in training. So you can have that in the career objective. The other area you can have it is even in your professional qualification. Don't take it for granted. Some of these things you do, like it could be the short courses, the certificate. That's an area you can also be able to highlight, you know, your achievements. Yeah. But the most key one, I would say, is the work experience part. Yeah. Why? Because I mean, this is what makes all the difference. This is what separates you from John, you know, our videographer.
The work history.
The work history, yes. And it's important when it comes to work history to, as much as possible, mirror it to the job advert, job description. So that someone is able to see there's a good match. And after every job description, I would recommend that you highlight your achievements there and have a maximum of just 2 achievements.
After every work.
After every work
yes. History.
Yeah. And I know today we are not discussing how to write a CV, but you know, we always say when it comes to a CV, especially if you have experience, you don't want a 7 to 10 page CV. So I always advise the only jobs you should be able to expound on, you should list what you are doing, are the most 3 recent jobs. Otherwise, if you have 10 years or 15 years of experience like I have, I mean, I don't have to write the internships that I did or entry-level jobs that I did. Yeah. So these top 3 jobs is where after each job you're going to have your achievement and have 2 of them. And then don't just stop there. Ensure that the achievements are quantifiable. So it's not enough to say that you increase sales. It's not enough to say that you did events. So if it's sales, put a figure to it. Say you help to increase sales revenue from 10 million to 12 million to 15 million. If you're not comfortable giving a figure, you can give a percentage. Yeah. If you're an accountant, you can talk about you implemented cost-cutting measures and you were able to bring your petty cash from 500,000 to 300,000. So you're painting a picture. Yeah. The last part is if you've been recognized, if there are awards, also highlight them. It's not something small. Like I said at the beginning, the work of the CV is to market you. So so look at your CV then and ask yourself, whatever you can be able to incorporate any successes that you've had in your career, please do that. Yeah, but those are the 4 sections that I would say are important.
Great.
Yeah.
Could there be any common mistakes that perhaps you've seen candidates or applicants making when highlighting their track record of success in the CV?
90% of the candidates I encounter, they don't tweak their CV to suit the job. So they only have one CV. Yeah. My advice is you can have one general CV, and you know we do CV writing service here, but that's not enough. For every job you apply, Mary, you make sure, even if it will take you 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, please tweak your CV to suit that job. And it goes then without saying that if it's also your achievements, your qualification, you should also tweak them where necessary. Yeah, maybe I write, let's say I'm looking for a project manager, and you have a short course in project management. That's the time to make sure that this short course stands out. Yeah, it could be I'm looking for a chief accountant, but I also want someone who can lead a team of 10. So if you've done a leadership training and you're currently overseeing a team of 25, highlight those ones. Yeah. So ensure that as much as possible you tailor make your CV to suit the job that you're applying. And you can see that's why we always say now, it's an issue of quality versus quantity. Yeah. In a month, if you find that in your month you're applying to 30 jobs, there's a problem, Mary. Yeah, you should only maybe be applying to 5, 7 jobs, because that means you've gone through the job, you've looked at the requirement, it's a good fit, you meet like 80% of the requirement, and then you've taken a bit of time to tweak your CV. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, and I had spoken this in another video, where the statements you're making, they are quite general, they are quite vague. And you know, remember the example I said, oh, I increase sales. If you just stop at that, it's quite vague. Any other and every other sales professional who's applying for this job, they'll have the same. Yeah. You also cannot say, oh, I've done training. It's not enough. But if you say, I've done training, my area of specialization is customer service, public speaking, events management, someone is able also to put into context, you know, your skills. Yeah. So ensure that any achievement you come up with, as much as possible, they relate to the job. And second, ensure that they are quantifiable. That will go a long way in making a difference.
Great.
Yeah.
I like the way you've emphasized on the CV being the marketing tool or document for the candidate.
Yes.
Great.
And you remember even like the politicians, they have their slogan. I mean, last year we had a general election. One party was talking about, you know, the bottom of the pyramid, another one was talking about integrity. So even those are the things that stand out. Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending time to share with us. Indeed, your CV is the first document or tool that every potential employer will get hold of before thinking of even shortlisting you for that interview. So it is important to get to know how best to highlight your track record of success in the CV to capture the attention of every recruiter. At Corporate Staffing Services, we do guide professionals on how to professionally revamp your CV or repackage your CV to make you stand out in the competitive job market where there are so many applications on just one role that has been advertised. The link below will guide you into more tips as far as how best you can be able to package your CV professionally is concerned. And feel free to reach out to us so that we review your CV for free, just to guide as to whether the way it is selling you out for the opportunities that you're targeting. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.